Okay, so we have seen JDBC now. We have seen collections also, but we'll club today both JDBC with collections. How collections and JDBC will be used together. So this will be definitely happening in your projects. Understood? So we have covered a lot of things. We have covered core Java. We have covered which one database. We have covered JDBC. Later on, you'll start saying all these libraries are required for what? Development of your application, and how. What a support you have got from Java, you'll start seeing now when you want to develop an application. Okay, so see here almost all with this topic JDBC will come to an end. Okay, once I complete this, JDBC will come to an end. But the fact is, you will be thinking you are happy, okay, JDBC is over. But in fact, when you will go on seeing many technologies now, one thing you remember, when I am completing one technology, I will be setting the path for another technology. Introduction it is. So as soon as I complete this now, today, this is the introduction for what you know, Hibernate. Okay, so if you know this, 50% of Hibernate will be over. I'll show you later how it gets related. Okay, so here we will be writing a lot of code. In Hibernate what will happen? Code will be reduced. So we'll see what code we write now, and later on what will Hibernate do. Clear? I'll explain that also. So remember now, when I'm completing one technology, I'll be setting the path for another technology. So always, from now when you are going to see many technologies, JDBC, Servlet, JSP, JSF, Spring, Hibernate, many you'll see. Initial 3-4 days I'll be doing introduction. Then next 4-5 days I'll be doing what? Full in-depth course on that. Afterwards I'll be completing it and setting the path for next technology. That's how the course will go now. Understood? So and also I'll be giving you tips about how these things are used in projects. That is very vital. Okay, so today I'll show you JDBC with collections. You'll understand the output, everything you'll understand. But one question will definitely remain. Why should I do all this? So that again I'll explain to you related to project. Okay, so first project concept you leave off now. First we'll see how JDBC and collections will be used together. First we'll see this. So here what will happen now? We'll have a very interesting subject now. We'll have one table now. The name of the table would be EMP, and we'll have our columns now. Employee ID, name, then I'll take email, and I'll take phone. Okay, so assume that this is a table. One second, I need the email column to be a little bigger. So this will be the first record. Like this, we'll add more records. And sort of a mini project I'll do now. And for this you should be very strong in collections, very strong in database, very strong in JDBC. And obviously you have got all the three. This is the prerequisite requirement for coding today. Okay. And if you are coming from other institutes, I'll tell you very clearly what. If you know collections like linked list, LL is equal to new linked list, LL dot add, that will not work out here. LL dot add A, LL dot A, B, that will not be the solution. If you attended my classes of collection, definitely it will be a easy subject. Done? Okay. So we'll be mixing everything now, and this is the most important part of your project. Okay. So when I stress, understand. So clearly, so fine then. This is the values in the table now. Now these values will be retrieving into primary memory. You know how to do it now. From the database, you will bring it into what? Primary memory. But when you get the values from in the primary memory, all these values will be stored where? In the result set. Okay. Fact is, from result set, we'll start transferring the values into collections now. We'll transfer it. Understood? So anyway, the values are there in result set now. But still, what we do? We developers, we transfer it into collections. Reason is, we'll transfer the values from the result set into data structures. That is the idea here. So we'll start holding the values in primary memory using data structures. Now which structure you want, you name it. In Java you got it now. That's simple. You want the values to be stored in tree structure, fine, it is there. You want the values to be stored in array structure, it is there. You want the values to be stored in linked list structure, you got the support now. Excellent library now. Okay, you want the values from the database to be retrieved into primary memory? Yes, JDBC is there. You want to store the values in data structures? Yes, sir. A library is there. You got the support from the library, excellent support from the library here. Understood? So when you go on coding projects, these are your vital requirements. So you concentrate on this, because if you know how to handle your values, writing logic is always easy, because in projects we code domain specific logic. Domain specific, got it? No, means application specific logic. Okay, company is paying you money for that. Generally when you join company now, you'll be thinking what? I'll be a developer, I'll code something. But what are you going to code? Not I is equal to 10, j is equal to 20, k is equal to I plus j. That is not the logic you write. You don't write the logic of ascending, descending order. Now why I'm saying that? Because most of you come from colleges. You'll be thinking what? I know how to write all the logics, I'll join the company and write all the logic. Fact is, company is not paying you money for writing those silly logics. Company is actually paying you money for writing these kind of logics. Understood? So when company is paying you, and fine, all the support is there, means we want to write terrific logics now, great, we need data structure support, we want to connect to database and retrieve the values, so heavy requirement is there now. But Java says use a library. So such a massive requirement of coding it in a, means what, massive requirement of coding in projects has been reduced into what? Just 5-6 lines in Java. It's a huge requirement what we are asking. Connect to database, get the values, transfer the values into what? Data structures, imagine. It's a big thing, just concept you understand now. So always I'm teaching you concepts. So once you know what you want to do, then what we do? We can code. So first always think what you want to code. And then you see, start searching the library. Now how did you come across all this library? It was immense training what I gave you. I gave you sufficient training now, how to browse the library now. So you know what is what now. So Java is only learned with hard work now, not by hearting. So which method you want, which class you want, it is there in which package you go on, choosing it now, coding it now. Getting it now? So what I'll do now is, so this is a queries, okay fine. What I'll be doing right now is, see, my requirement is simple. This will be my Java program. In the Java program, what I'll do is, I'll connect. I'll select only name now. So you know how to write the query now. How you write the query? st dot execute query, because you need the result set now. So I'll select the name. I want the list of all the employees to be displayed. That is the scenario. Understood? Simply don't see output, because this will be a requirement in the project. You want to see the list of all the employees in the company. So what will you write? You want only the employee column now. Correct? Or name column. Select name from EMP. That's it. You want only the name column. Why do you want other values? Return type would be what? Result set RS. Result set RS. You getting it now? Result set RS. Okay, now once you got the values, where are the values? It is there in the result set. You know how you get the result set now? Only one column will be there, but 6 rows will be there. Reason is what? You said select name. You're not given any condition. Only one column and all the names will come now. Yes or no? So all the names will be there. What are the names now? Rajesh, Ramesh, then Ravi, then Kumar, then Amog, then Vinay, sorry. So these many values are there. Now these values you can transfer it into any data structure. I want to transfer it into what? Requirement will be there. Sometimes you want to display in ascending order. Sometimes you are not bothered about the order. Sometimes you will not be interested in duplicates. Okay, various kind of requirement will come. So depending on that, you will transfer these values into your data structures. So right now my requirement is I want to transfer it into array structure. That's my requirement. Array. I'll use which one? Instead of primitive array, I'll go for array list. Because array list is more powerful than what? Array. And it can grow and shrink dynamically. Yes or no? So now you have to think, which structure will you use? Which structure to use is your decision. That will be based on requirement. As I told you, you want duplicate or not. Okay. And if see here names can be duplicate. Remember that. Understood? So if you say I don't want duplicates and go for tree set or something, you'll be missing the value. Okay. So obviously you have to go for list here. And now list which one you want, you decide. Either it is linked list or array structure. Array is good for what? Select operations. Understood? But manipulations you want to do, delete, insert and all that, you have to go for linked list. You decide. So once you decide the structure, that is the structure is the concept here. In Java, we just bring it into existence by creating what? Object. That's it. A linked list LL is equal to new linked list or whatever it is you want, you create it. Better do it like this. I would recommend you to do like this. List. Okay. A list is equal to new array list or like this you do. Means use dynamic polymorphism. Use dynamic polymorphism because today I am storing it in array list. Tomorrow I want to change it to linked list. What will I do? Just changes. Okay. We'll come to that. So from here what will I do now? While rs dot next. Fine. Then what will I do? List dot add rs dot get string of one or name. Better go with the name of the column. Finished over now. One by one the values are added. Now what is happening? This is your list now. This is your list object. And in the list object your names are there now. What is the first name? Rajesh. What is the second name? Ramesh. Third name? Ravi. Fourth one? Kumar. Then Amog. Like this the values will be stored now. Excellent now. What support man? Unimaginable. Over. So in Java you take time to learn. You're taking time to what now? Learn the library. You're not learning the language. Language is over long back. Okay, Java is one of the easiest language which can be completed. Always I keep telling you 30-40 days. After that whatever we learn is the library. So don't mistake library for language. Understood? Library is very vast. Do you say I have completed learning library anywhere? You cannot complete learning library in any subject. You take not only Java. You go to physics, you go to chemistry, any subject you take. There is no end for library. So only what is required we learn that. Understood? So we are concentrating on the most important things what is required for programming now. This is required in any type of project. You code standalone project, web-based project, distributed project, mobile applications. Everywhere you need this concept. So that is what we are mainly concentrating now. Clear? Done? So tomorrow, see now it's stored in array list. Tomorrow I don't, means I now assume that today my requirement is I want to store it in array. Tomorrow I want to do too many operations. Which one? Insert, update, delete and all that. Where in this data structure. So that time you can use linked list. Imagine man what has happened. You're changing a structure like this in Java. Unimaginable. This you want to do it in C, what you have to do? You have to prepare your structure. Check how good it is. Then God only knows how good you write. Understood? And you are excellent developers. Finally what will happen to the project, God only knows. Understood? You will say I want to code, but what you will code? Understood? So that is your ability. So that's what Java says. We give you luxury. You don't bother about writing any logic. Take our library support. They are relaxing your life. Unbelievably they are relaxing your life. Unfortunately people are not learning it in this way. How they learn? By hearted style. I know collections. I know JDBC. They'll buy out 1 or 2 programs and they'll say I know everything. This is the problem. They are not looking into concepts, they are only looking into output. This is the major problem. Okay, of all the freshers. First thing is they'll tell I got a degree, I want job. Once they don't get job, then they'll try to do what? Course. 2 days of course finish, they think they know everything. Course is different, subject is, which one? Degree is different. Here knowledge is important. And this is very common basic knowledge which is required for any Java developer. Unfortunately, they are not realizing that. This is very common, and this is what is going to be asked in an interview. It is an open thing here. It's very clear what is going to be asked in an interview. Still people are not ready to clear the interview, means because only of your carelessness. It's only because of your carelessness. Telling what? I know everything, I know everything. This is your major problem. I'm just opening up your eyes. Okay, and I'll start coding you this. So tomorrow you want to change it to linked list. How will the values be stored now? See the same list, dynamic polymorphism now. Yes or no? Pre-next, double linked list now in Java. Pre-next, like this, the linked list will build now. Which will be the first one? Rajesh, means the values will be stored in the same order as inserted, remember. Ramesh, like this it will build now. And here pre-next, Ravi. You want tree structure, you want in alphabetical order? Use which one? Tree set. Excellent man, what more do you need? This, because you are very good in Java, you know collections, you know database, you know JDBC, you are understanding it in fraction of second. Understood? Means the people who come from the scratch from cluster. Understood? So that it is so easy for you. Reason is, you have put so much of effort there and hard work. Understood? So almost all, we are completing the back end now. We have completed completely the back end. Now only front end is pending. Once you get the values, next what you will be doing? Displaying it in very good UIs. That will be the next subject. So once you do that, exactly you will start understanding what an application is. Once you understand what an application is, then only left part is what? Writing business logic or application logic. And that will vary from project to project. But end of the day, any project will go with the same standard formula. It will accept the values from the UI, then what? Connects to database, from there also it might retrieve, you will write the logic. Finally, some values will update into database and some values will display it into the user interface. Only business logic is need to be added now. Clear this? So like this, I'll start showing you. See, when I select name, this will happen. Tomorrow means I want to display all the emails now. I can do it. Just select that column. So we have started using what now? Collections. So JDBC with collections. Clear? Now fine. Like this, you are selecting row. So you are selecting columns. So whenever you select columns, one general formula we apply here. Means for your simplicity, I am telling. Whenever you select columns, we'll start using collections. Now which collection you use? That is your wish. You can use any data structure. You got the support. Whenever you are selecting column like this. You want all the phone numbers to be displayed? Yes. Select phone you say. And transfer it into any collection you want. Understood? You want all email IDs? Fine. You can use any collection. You want names? Fine. Any collection. Like that you decide. Generally for names what we'll be using? List only. For email ID, anyway duplicate will not be there. You can go for any structure. Understood? If you want to avoid duplicates, you go for set. You want duplicates, you go for list. Simple. Okay, anyway, for columns, what you do? Collections. But sometimes there will be a requirement. You will enter the ID. Only ID will be entered. And you want to display all the details of the employee. His name, his phone number, his salary, all the details, whatever you have stored. Okay. So means you want to display row wise now. Row wise. That is when you'll use, can you guess what? TOs. I've already taught you what is an TO. See now all your basics are coming into picture. TO or VO or anything. You'll prepare on TO. And these values from the result set you'll fill it into TO. Simple, I'll show you. Logic will be simple. You'll write the query now. Select, example, star from EMP. Select star from EMP where employee ID is equal to 102. Means this will be coming from UI. I'm hard coding now. One step is we are far off. That's it. So once you get the value, what will be there in your result set? You will be having one row now. Yes or no? You know how the result set is going to be. Cursor is always what? Before first only. So you will be having ID, employee ID, name. How good you are in writing queries and how good you know the result set? that easy it is to transfer the values from result set into TO and collections. Name, then what? Email, phone. So this is how you got your result set. So 102 no, 102 Ramesh Ram @ something cluster.com, phone number is 222. So now it is illogical to transfer these values into what? Collections now. It is related to one entity. So what will you do now? You will put it into one TO. So your TO will have 4 private properties. Yes or no? 4 private properties. And you will have segregators. You will transfer it. So how will you do it? Logic now. If there is only one record, if true, means the record should be there now. I have given 102. Sometimes in the user you think practically. He will enter 109. There is no record only. So if true, means there will be no value in the result set. That's why we say if true, what will I do? Employee, EMP, so you declare the variable outside the if block, because you'll be using it many places. Employee EMP is equal to null, EMP is equal to new employee. Create the object. And you know how to do it now, man. EMP.set employee ID. Employee ID, what will you do now? rs.get int of 1. Sample I am writing employee.set name. rs.get string of 1, 2, or you can go with the name. I don't have space, that's why I am writing like this. Are you clear with this, sir? I'll code and show you now. So this is how we'll do it. So row wise when you go, you'll go for TO. Fine. So column wise collection, remember this, it's a standard formula what we apply. Understood? So like this you'll do. TO, VO or POJO we say, all are correct. Fine. Sometimes you'll be having multiple columns, multiple rows. It means rows and columns, both you'll have. Understood? Rows and columns. That time what will you do? Example for this you want, huh? What is the meaning of this? I want to display all the details. Simple. I want to display all the details. So I'll say select star from EMP. Now what is there in my result set? How your table is there, same way it is there in result set. Fine. Now how will you transfer now? Will you put it into TO or collection? Same you have got now. Both you need. So first one row you will take. You will do while rs dot next. While now. First row you will take, put it into TO. TO you will put it into collection. Then again next iteration. One more row, put it into TO, that you put it into collection. Like that it will go. Yeah? So I'll be explaining you that. So here you'll use what? TO plus collections. If you understand this concept, hibernate is 50% done. This is only hibernate. You want to learn hibernate now? Understand this subject first. Understood? Here we'll write 10 lines of code. In hibernate what will happen? 1 line, 2 lines of code. Internally all this code will be executed. Very powerful library it is, that's it. Understood? How good you are in basics, that better you can understand what now? Advanced technologies. Because hibernate internally uses JDBC. Hibernate internally will be using what? JDBC. You will call one method there. That will internally call all the methods which you are calling now. So you will be working on very high level of abstraction. Understood? So understand all these concepts. Are you clear this now? So only pending is what I have to code and show you now. Concepts are clear? Okay, now see, when I taught you the concept, you can do this in any language now. But doing it in Java is much easier now. You only tell me now. Simply don't tell Java is difficult. Java is the easiest. Try to do it in any other language, then you will only come back to what? Java. You are not seeing the difficulty in coding other languages. And many people, they think what, directly, without knowing concept, they try to code now, which will not be possible. This is the major problem of many developers. Understood? Okay, so we'll start coding now. Shall I clear all this now? So first I'll go with the query which one? I'll select the name. Clear? You have written down the table now. I think I might need the table. And this formula, don't forget, which one? Rows, columns, row plus columns. Anything? Rows. Sorry. This is columns. This is rows. Yeah, for row what you'll be using? TO. Columns what you'll be using? Collection. Clearly I written everything. Yeah, I'll retain it for some time. Then I'll clear that. Let's start coding now. One small mini project we are doing. This one small mini project what I am teaching you now. Code this. You want to do projects now? Do. You want to code now? Do. You know everything now? Then code. This is the assignment I should give you. Yes or no? I should only talk theory like this and move. And this is what you are going to do in company. Company people will only tell you this much. And here you are asking me to do what? Sir, please code and show. Understood? Anyway, I'll do it. But you also practice. That's what I'm trying to say. Because when you go to company, nobody will help you there. Here Ravi sir is there, he'll teach. Company who will teach you now. You'll have a very good trainer there. No, will not know anything. Go visit companies, you'll see what kind of training people will be there. Yeah? Are you clear this? Should I close this? You got it now? Okay, so this is what I'll do. Yeah, we'll code that project now. Only reason I'm showing you all this is I'm inspiring you to code. Follow coding. How you code. So 17. This is the most important. This is the stepping stone for hibernate. How much I'm insisting understand. Simply you'll think I'll see video, I'll understand everything. In video you'll understand everything. My training is only excellent. What is there? Correct now? I'm not boasting. It's fact. Okay, then fine. Com.cluster. Let's start off now. Okay, we need one more package now. What package first? Util package. Yes? Okay, let these packages remain. We'll come back. First we'll create the tables. Understood? So I have the table here. I'll use this. I'll copy this into my project now. The one which you're seeing there on the board. 17, say this, I'll paste it here. So this is our queries. Understood? So first I'll create the tables and we'll be working with what? Oracle. You can work with any database. I'm just showing you how to work on Oracle. I'll try dropping the table. The table is not getting dropped. Now every error you should understand. Simply don't go and complain anybody. Read the error. Unique primary key in table referenced by foreign keys. Means there is one child table for this. Understood? We had created one table recently. So every error, that's the reason I'm showing you coding. I'm not showing you only direct output. See how I get errors and how I go on resolving errors. That you learn. So in cluster we teach mainly concepts and errors and how do we resolve them, not by hearting. So you know that when I created the employee it was linked with what? Phone table. So first drop the phone table. So once it is dropped, now you can drop what? Employee table. You're gone. Okay. So now anyway, just reconfirm. It should give error. Yes. I've dropped it. Now we'll create the table. Some values will be there. I'll insert it. Means what queries you are seeing on the board, means what values you are seeing on the board, same values I am inserting. Always commit. Yeah, otherwise sometimes they will not be saved. Apex is committing because on top you have clicked auto commit. But if you have not done this, it will not commit and you will never get the values in your program. Yeah, these are errors. You have to understand. When the results set and you don't get the values. Okay, and you'll be thinking why? Fact is you don't have committed. So understand all the silly errors which happen. So table is there. 1 second, we'll still go and confirm. Refresh. EMP table. Yes, we have got the records. Perfect. Huh? So start displaying now. So first we'll write the util class because we need the database connection. I don't need main method there. See, in your project you'll have many utility classes related to the project. This is one of the util class I'm showing. Okay, like you might write comparators, all that. So all that what you do, okay, you can put that in the util package. So in projects when you code now, all the classes you will not keep it in a single package. You'll start organizing it. Slowly you'll understand all these concepts. We are slowly, I'm taking you to the industry level and what? I'm taking you to the industry level and how to use all the features of Java for coding now. Done. So I'm using package concept. Notice what all I'm using. I've covered so many things in Java. Now package I'm using. One by one you can start seeing now. So now I need a method. Okay, so it will be returning what? Connection. So control space, import it. Yes, it's in the java.sql package. Get connection. Fine. But still there's a error. Reason is what? The return type is, you have to return something here now. So what will I do? Connection. Do like this always. You remove the errors and code. Simply I'll code blindly means what you'll code. First you remove that error. Return con you do. Finished. Done. Error is resolved. Yes, then you start coding. What will you do? Class dot for name. Yes, you're working with Oracle now. Yes, Oracle dot JDBC dot driver dot Oracle driver. Not all the things what I will be using for coding now. One I use package. Correct? Huh? Oracle dot JDBC dot driver dot Oracle driver. Yes, I'm getting one more error. Okay, so quick fix, you can see it says add throws surround with try catch. Okay, so you know exception handling. Yes or no? So then you have two options. One, you can handle the exceptions in the same method or give the exception to caller method. This is experience. Sometimes you'll handle it in the same method, sometimes you give it to the caller method. Understood? So you'll learn it with experience. But one more feature of Java we are seeing, exception handling. Yes or no? Yes. So I decide here to give this exception to the caller. Understood? So when to handle it in the same method, when to give it to caller, little you need experience, but just follow now. Two options are there. I decided to give it to caller. For doing it, giving it to caller, I'll just say what? Throws. That's it. Over. See? Resolve the errors. Understood? So once that is done, next I can say con is equal to driver manager. Sorry. Driver manager dot get connection. Yes, what is the URL? Tell now. JDBC colon Oracle colon. You don't have to by heart this. Okay. I had given you the document. You can refer to that. JDBC colon Oracle colon thin colon at the rate of localhost colon 1521 colon XC. Yeah, then next. This is one argument. Username, password also I have to give. Ravi Oracle done. Again, we have coded everything. JDBC. Oh, okay. So we have coded all this, but still we are getting error. Yes or no? Reason is exception handling. So again you say throws. See how Eclipse is helping you to code everything. Brilliant editor it is. Without Eclipse there is no point in coding. In college you have learned coding in what? Most of you. Notepad, Edit Plus. Ruled out. Coding all that big projects ruled out. Done? Anyway, just see what is the facility we get. Understood? You are getting doubt in this method, that method, you can browse the library. Since we have browsed, studied, we know everything about the library. Now I start blindly using. So in Java hard work is required initially. Once you do the hard work, you'll never forget the methods now. You know which method to call when. Only the thing is if you get doubt while coding, now refer to the library. Understood? Initially while learning we'll do it. Afterwards you'll start blindly coding. Understood? So don't by heart. That is my final suggestion to you. So fine. So this is with experience now, and with hard work we have learnt all this and coding. So fine, return gone, everything is perfect. Yes or no? So next, the util class is ready. Now we'll write our which one? JDBC collections code. JDBC collections demo. I need main method here. Fine. First, your main method should check whether you are getting the connection or not. No? First you check that. So what I'll do here, now connection will be used in what? Many blocks. In try block you'll use, catch block you'll use, final you'll use, like that you can use it in many places. So the scope of the variable should be more now. So I'll declare it first. You should know when to do it. Connection con is equal to null. Okay. So again here also import. See that here I have imported. So then next I'll say, now here I have to handle the exception. Why? Because it's the last layer. From there it will come here now. So if I don't handle it here, my program will terminate. Yes or no? Here if you are not handling, what is terminated? Method terminates, it will come to the caller. Here also if you don't handle, what will happen? Method terminates, it will go to the caller. But here if it terminates, program is terminating. Understood? So like this, you should handle it in the last layer. This is the last chance for you handling. So handle it here. So this is purely related with exception handling. And I have covered exception handling in depth for you. And otherwise you know exception handling. Yes or no? So you know package, you know exception handling. Look at the features I use now. Fine, next. We think and code like this. I want this support, I want that support. Clear? So next, I have to say con is equal to, I have to call the method. Yes, db util. Okay, dot. Anyway, I want to call that method. But here the problem is, it is not a static method. And fact is it's not public also. I cannot use it in that package. So we are using what? Access specifiers. See how one by one we are using the feature. Okay, so I'll make it as public static. You should know when to do what now. Yes or no? What feature is needed when? Start using the facility. I know static keyword, I know public keyword. Knowing everybody will learn to use it. Understood? So public static. Now see, why I made it as public? Because I want to access that method in many packages, many classes. Only one place you will not be getting the database connection. In your project, many places you will get what? Many modules will be there. In all the modules you need database connection, means you cannot go on writing that same code. Which one? Class.forename, class.forename. So you'll write on util class like this and start calling the method now. But again, one more thing. Why do you want to create an object of that every time? Yes or no? Simply make it as static method. Now say dbutil dot, yes, get connection. Yes, error still. Why? That exception coming to you, it's a checked exception. Either you have tried try catch here or you have tried throws. Main also can write throws or you can write try catch. So see now. Fix, I'll decide to go with try catch. Sorry. So done. That is an extra message you can have if you want to have it, but always maintain print stack trace, otherwise you will not be able to trace where your exception is occurring. That is mandated. So these are the two things we use extensively for debugging. SOPE will print the name of the exception and print stack trace will use a trace. So always use this in catch block. It is used mainly for debugging only. So fine, these two are done now. So once these two are done, next I need to write finally also. Yes or no? Close one by one the resources. As you open up, go on closing. So try catch finally, fine. So what will I do? First I have to check if finally if con is not equal to null. Done. But again I have to put it in try catch for. Because you are calling a method. Okay, it will put inside. Done now. So anyway, see, just I got the connection. Let's check whether I got the connection first. Yes or no? Yes, let's run the program. You know what is the error now? What is the error? Jar you need to add. But see the error, debug like this. Class not found exception. Where is it occurring? Line number 14. I know you have to add the jar, but feel it and get the solution. Understood? And later on when you become perfect, you'll know what to do when. I'm just showing you the methodology in coding. Okay, this is how you learn. But once you learn, start blindly coding. This one sample I'm showing you. Done? So, but learn like this. Always get errors, debug it, move. Get errors, debug it, move. You'll be getting it, and later on you'll know how to code perfectly. That is only hard work. Understood? Seeing my video, how to code and all that, you'll understand everything. But when will you get the hands-on coding? Because end of the day when you go to company, you will clear. After seeing all this, you'll talk, you're having very good English, you're engineers, you'll get the job. Finally, how you survive there? Think that. Understood? So always learn like this. So what I'll do now, I have to add the jar. This jar is required now. Jar is nothing but what? Library. So I need the OJ, because I'm working with Oracle, I need the JDBC 14.jar, and this jar will be in what? It will be given to you by the vendor. How it will be given? In the Oracle folder. When you install once Oracle now, in that folder I have shown you the location where it will be. So from there you have to add. Okay. But fact is, means every time we find it difficult to add from there, what we have done? I have created the jar folder. Understood? So because you will be needing it in many projects. How many times you can go on adding it from there? So we'll add it from our jar file itself, jar folder itself. And we have given it in your DVD also, instead of you searching here and there. So just add it. Java, build path, add external jars, JDBC, done. We are kept where now? C drive, my jars, Oracle jars, done. JDBC 14. I'm fine. I'm today finalizing what we have learnt. Till now what you have learnt, I'm just finalizing everything today. So fine, now let's see what has happened. Perfect, we got the connection. So until and unless this much is resolved, you cannot go on coding what now? Full project. Generally you have a tendency, what will you do? From line 1 or before that, if I write Om Shri, that also I will by heart. Till the last, fully you will code. Error comes, only you will be looking what? Where is semicolon first? Anywhere semicolon is putting, missing now you will put it there. Trial and error. I have seen many people coding, fully red errors they will be having. Blindly they will be coding. Coding. What great coders are. Compilation error is happening. When you are getting compilation error, why are you coding ahead? Understand, you are getting that line itself is an error. Eclipse is clearly indicating. But still you will continue coding. What is the use of it? Done? So learn like this. So once you got the connection, next you know what to do now. Yes, I'll create the statement now. Yes. So now I'll declare another variable because you have to close the resources. You need it in many locations. Statement java.sql st is equal to con.create statement. Done. And import it. Sorry, I have to say null here. Here I have to do it. Done? So then after this is done, next what will you do? You need the result set. So again, go there. What will you say? Result, declare the variable, that's it there. Result set rs is equal to null. So as and when you need, you go and declare the variable, come back. How do you know you need result set? Yes or no? First one you will type what? Connection, statement, result set means what? Your Brahma or what? You know everything what will be needed ahead. Understood? So that's not the way you code. As you need, write. As you need, write. Use the library like that. Yeah? So then next, rs is equal to what? st dot execute query. Yes, what is the query now? I want to display only the names. That is my requirement. Yes or no? So you know how to write the query now. Fact is you should write like this. This is the practice. String str sql is equal to, you have to write like this. Understood? So write it in caps now. Don't use small because you need a clear distinguishing between what? Your Java code and SQL code. Select. Even though it works, your SQL queries are case insensitive, but it's better to write it in caps. Select star from EM. Sorry, I need only name now. Now what will you do? You have to pass str SQL. Finished. This is much better now because tomorrow you want to change a query, change it here. Understood? This one some standards what we follow. Yeah? Fine, you got the result set. If I run this program, I'll definitely have the values in what? Primary memory. But my requirement now is I want to transfer it into collections. Yes? So how will you do? Very simple. So I'll say while loop I'll go, sorry, what is this? rs start next. Yes, you have to fill the value now. So you have to go create the object of array list. So will you create it inside the while loop or outside? Outside. Yes or no? You should have common sense now where to do it. Yes, no, but which collections will you use? That you have to decide now. Because I thought you in depth of collections. So next, which feature I am using? Collections feature. I am using say package concept, public static, exception handling. So if you are good in all this, then only you can code all this. Understood? Next, JDBC, database, okay, and a good editor like Eclipse. How many things you are using? But you are not feeling it now. Since I am stressing it and telling, then you are observing. Okay, so all these days I have covered all this for you now. Clear? So now I go on to use what? We are using control statements while. These are all Java features. So just I am stressing so that you observe what you have learned till now. You should realize not till now what you have learned. Only if I tell you like this, then you will understand. Oh, I have learned so much. Yes? So I'll rs.next. What should I do now? I have to create the list. Yes. See this now. I'll say I need duplicates because names can be duplicates. They can be duplicate names now. 2 Ravi can be there, 2 Vinay can be there. But your requirement is not now. Display all the employee names. Result set you have got. In result set you will have the duplicates. Understood? But you have to transfer it into data structure now. So which data structure supports duplicate for you? Array list, linked list structures, array structure, linked list structure, they support duplicates for you. So now these data structures support duplicate for you. So I want to use that structure. Java says you don't build that structure. It is ready-made in the library. Use it, it says. So how will you use it? Do not code, bring it into existence by creating an object. So all I can say now, what? Array list is equal to new array list. I can tell it, but don't you say directly array list is equal to new array list. Use dynamic polymorphism support. So we are seeing dynamic polymorphism now. Yes or no? Because today you are using array structure. Tomorrow you feel I need what? Linked list structure. Now you have to change all the things, many things. So that's why what you do? Go with list. Employee list is equal to new array list or linked list. Tomorrow you want to only change the structure. Yeah. So like that, think and code. Anyway, see list, I'm getting error. Yes, I'll resolve it. I have to import. See, now I know I need it. First only if you write list means what? So as you need, you add the error. Add the classes from the library. Do not by heart encode everything. List. See this. I need from which one now? There are two lists. Java.awt package, Java.util package. Decide. Carefully import. Simply control space enter. Control space enter means finally you'll start getting lot of errors. You are not importing only properly there. Understood? Because Eclipse is there. Little you know Eclipse, what you'll do? Oh, I know Eclipse. What will you do? Control space enter. Control space enter. Finally what will happen? You will only enter. Understood? So pick the correct class. Now it's giving you a suggestion. Use generics. Now say I'm using the generics feature. So all names will be of type what? String. Yes, good. So see, we are using the generics feature. What is the name of the variable you give? So you can give list names. Give some good name. Because tomorrow you see what the variable name, you should know what is it having. Yes or no? List employee name or list names, anything you say, is equal to new. Now you say array list or linked list. That's your wish. Done. So once you have done this, now it's very simple. What I'll do? rs dot next list names dot add of rs dot get string of column label. You go always string. You don't tell 1 2 3. Okay, later on you'll not understand what you're getting from the column. So rs dot get string of what? What is the name of the column? See database. In fact, you should not see the database only. You should be very powerful in table. Understood? You should be so strong in database. You should remember all the column names of your project. That powerful you should be. Every time referring. Good. I'm not saying no. But that is the control you should have over the subject. Understood? So just we are selecting name. See how much I am covering for you. So we are using generics. Then next I'll say name. Done. So you have transferred. That's it. See, you got how many lines of code did I write? Notice now. I am connecting to database, fetching the values, and now I am putting into one big structure called as what? Array. Unimaginable. How many lines of code I wrote now? See, you show this lines of code to anybody, they'll say, what is this? It is so simple now. For you it is simple. But for many people they'll not understand only what is happening. Understood? This program, in fact, many of you show they'll by heart encode this also. There's nothing to by heart encode here. Understood? So fine. So after adding it, later on you'll retrieve it now. You're going to retrieve it. So now, how will I retrieve it? Let's see. See, here I'm doing it every in one place. But in projects, I'll explain you. Related to project, I'll explain it later. Where you will fill the values, how you will retrieve the values, all that in layer wise I'll explain to you later. Understood? So now see, for each, I can use the enhanced for loop. Yes or no? Why do you want to use enumeration? So again what we are using? For each loop. So means we are using 1.5 features. Have I covered 1.5 features now? Use them now. You know it. So for each. See, automatically it will only give you string. That's it. So I'll say string str. Some good name if you want, you give. That's your wish. Name. Fine. What will I do now? Print. That's it, over. Understood? See, here you might be thinking, why should I get from results and put it into data structure and print like all this? Main in everything you'll not understand it in main method. I'm not showing you output, I tell you always. I'm teaching you what? Concept. This concept is very, very important. So follow this. Where it is used in project, slowly you'll start understanding. Understood? So done. Clear this? So should I run the code now? Huh? Jai Bajrang Bali. See? Okay. What man? If you use little common sense, this is how you get the output. Yes or no? I was scared. If I didn't get output, what to do? You start laughing, no? So ishton matadro. Correct? So fine then. Let's see how to continue coding. So this is about I'll comment it here. Yes, one more. We'll still continue once again. Retrieving name from comment, always employee table. Done? Always comment. Understood? So fine. This is one thing. See, tomorrow I want, here now values are getting stored in what? Array. I want to change it to what? Linked list. Fine. Or no? Where are the values? Import it. Almost how many features of Java you are using? See there. You are using the language feature, generics, enhanced for loop, while iterations. Understood? So all the Java language support also you are using, plus you are using the library support also. You should know when to use what. Understood? Except landing, packages, keywords, these are all related with language. You understood? Language is separate, the library is separate. We will use everything now while coding. So linked list, now value, actually for us it is secondary, abstraction, but values are stored where now? Linked list. And this is what is dynamic polymorphism. Dynamic polymorphism is nothing but superclass variable referring to subclass object. What is the advantage of this one now? What is the advantage of superclass referring to subclass object? It helps you in dynamic polymorphism. What is the advantage of dynamic polymorphism? We can decouple the implementation whenever you want. So these are your interview questions and answers. They talk like this. You have to talk technically like what I am talking. Understood? So these are the words which get you the job. So they'll ask you, where did you use collections? Explain. In project they'll ask you, what will you tell now? Explain where did you use collections in project. If you are going with experience and all, or you're working in company, if you want to change from one company to another company, these are all very vital questions. And without this you can't code only here. And you tell, no, I didn't use collections means what? Many people will tell like this in interview. But I know collections, I have not used it in project. Means what? Joke? You will not use collections? See, I am showing you very clearly. And I know collections means what you know in collections. Give an example. LL.add A, LL.add B means what? That is what you have learnt. That is the fate of today's engineers. But they'll tell what? I know collections. I know JDBC means what? I want job. Why? Because I completed BE. Because I completed course. That's all. Do you have knowledge? Yeah, I know everything. You give me, I will do the work. What you will do there? So, see, getting into the company is different. Surveying is different. Understood? So, learn all this. Are you clear with this now? You should be clear enough. When you're coding only, you should have ideas. Okay, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this. If you know the concept what you want to do, it is there in the Java library. Search. Understood? So, I have taught you limited library. So, next I'll teach you more libraries. And you start getting more support, more support. Understood? So what I thought, same thing Hibernate will do for your information now. But I'll write only 2 lines of code. Hibernate will call all this code now, internally. Understood? This is what is Hibernate doing. You want to learn Hibernate now? First learn JDBC. I already told you the story. To learn Hibernate, what is required? First database, then collections, generics, JDBC, then Hibernate. One more is there, annotations, then Hibernate. This is the whole story. But people will tell what? I know everything, I want to learn hibernate. Means they'll become hibernate. Hibernate means what? They'll sleep. That's actual meaning of hibernate, no? They'll start sleeping. I am not understanding. Problem is basics. Clear? Okay, this is one. So now see, I want to display the names here. Here. It might be in any order. I want to display it in ascending order or descending order. If you are putting it in list, you can call what? Collections dot sort. Simple. You want to do sorting, no? Sorting is one big logic for you. Yes or no? One of the greatest logic in your college days is what? Write in ascending order, write in descending order. That's the greatest logic. If you write that, you think what? You got 110 marks out of 100. Means after 4 attempts. Means 2 times you'll fail. 20, 30. Finally in the 4th attempt somewhat you'll pass. Total marks is how much? 110. So 110 out of 100. And you'll think what? I'm extra smart. Nothing is required in Java. See? In C you struggle so much to do it. You want me to sort? You know what to do? That's all. Over. You call it here. Your field now. Collections. Dot. Sort. Which one? List names. Over. One extra line you add, you're getting the values in sorted order. Or you change the structure. Tree set also you can use. But problem in tree set is it will remove duplicates. That is your wish. So simple. This is one of your finest logic. And in Java you are doing it in one single line. And you are seeing practically where sorting is required. Practically. Till now you are sorting only what? A, B, C, D or 1, 2, 3. We don't sort A, B, C, D. We don't sort 1, 2, 3. We sort things like this. Understand practical point of view. Clear? Wow, sorting also. Great, no? Who is great? Java is great or Ravi sir is great? Ravi sir is great, no? Yes. Because I taught you how to use the library. Okay, fine. First Ravi sir, then Java. Yes or no? Think whatever you want. So anyway, this is how it happens. Are you clear? So next I'll go with what? You want email. Simple. I show you here only, man, but you write another. Understood? I want all the emails now. So what will I do? Email, that's it. Write again, all the same story. I'm selecting again column wise. Every time you do column wise select, what will I do? Collections. Okay. So email. Here what will you do? RS start get string of email you change. Sir, I'm not getting output. Don't tell. Use common sense. Everything will be ready made. Only you should know what to. Later on you'll be doing only copy paste. So you should know what to copy, what to paste, where to change. Displaying name will be one method. When you're writing projects, displaying email will be another method. Same code you'll copy paste, but at least you should know what to change now. Same you'll copy paste and tell me what. I am writing the logic, but it is displaying only name again. Or I am getting error means what? This looks joke, but fact is these are the answers you'll be finding when freshers start entering company and saying I am not getting output. Irritating it is for the TL. Understood? So your freshers learn. You cannot go and complain everything to your TL. That is not working. This is not working. Understood? So you should have the ability to handle things by yourself now. That's it. You got what? Emails now. So simple. You want output C? Fraction of seconds, man. Understood? How fast you can develop your project? Imagine now. If you know all this. Can you think of doing the same project? I have given you one project now, some project. Think of doing it in C, C++ language. Here only you'll spend what? 6 months in designing data structure, writing code to connect to database. But in Java you are doing it in 6 minutes. That powerful library you got here. Clear? Fine, next. Means column wise always go with what? Collections. That's what I'm trying to say. Then next I want all the IDs. Example. Okay. So what will I do now? Only ID numbers I want. So that time what will you do? Select RS start. Now, what is the change you will do? Get int. Yes, you should know what to change now. Yes or no? Yes. Huh? I caps. Oh. Ayyo, this is caps lock. Okay. So then, more things. Here it is generics. You have to choose integer. Now see, you're getting the value. By default, it will be of type int. Yes or no? If you want to fill it into collection, it should be what? You should convert primitive to objects. It's a heavy process. Auto boxing. See all the features what we are using. Getting it now? So this is how you use. We are using auto boxing feature. So they'll ask you in interview, where were you using auto boxing? You should have the answer for everything here. What is this here? Okay, this is again integer. So you should know how to debug now. Yeah? It's auto boxing now. When you are getting the value, RS start get int. What is the return type? Int. Now that I am trying to add into what? Collections. Can I add primitives into collections? This line. You cannot do it because you have to convert the primitive into object. But nothing we are doing. That is the reason in 1.4 up till 1.4 it was bit difficult. It means library support was there, but the problem in the library was we are coding extensively. But now what happens? Because of the library support, that feature auto boxing is one more feature of what? 1.5. How many features of 1.5 you saw now? Generics, auto boxing, for each. All these features you are seeing now. Understood? So yes, that also will see output. Otherwise still I get output, what will you say? Let me see output. Abba samadhana. Understood? So like this, see all this logic what you will do, you will not write it in main. In different methods you will write in projects. That time you will understand this. Done. So now next I show you how to transfer the values into TO. Understood? Means I will do row wise select. Till now I was doing column wise. Clear? So next, okay, I will comment all this now. The string SQL is equal to select. I am selecting all the columns, see that? Or you want to select your respective columns, I am selecting all. Select star from employee, will bring all the values. But I want for a particular employee. So I will write where done. So next what I need? RS is equal to st dot execute query. So you got the result set. You know what are the values in the result set now. Done. So once you got the result set, what should I do now? Is it logical to use collections here? One is ID, one is name, totally dissimilar. Collections means what? Group of similar things. Quite logical. So I'll prefer to go with what? When there are dissimilar things, we prefer to use user defined data type. And in Java you got excellent support for what? User defined data types. It's all about how you handle the values in primary memory. Once you retrieve so many values, how will you handle them in primary memory? So you start writing user defined data type. We know there are 4 user defined data types in Java: class, subclass, abstract class, interface. So which is the best data type to store the value now? Class. So we are using Java. This is how you use Java. Understood? So I have to write one TO. Yes or no? So let's write it. You understand now the reason? Because I don't want the values from, I want to transfer the values from result set into some other Java support. We will never depend, because result set is very heavyweight. This object should not move throughout all the layers, because in your coding project now, there will be many layers. You know there is something called as MVC, model, view, control, all that will be covering very shortly. Okay, the values have to move from one layer to another layer, from this layer to another layer. So result set is heavy object and should not move, and I will explain all the problems, why and all. So we will transfer from the result set into simple things like this. So now I will write the TO now. Yes. So in projects when you code, again, say I can write the TO and put it into com.cluster package only. But in projects we organize things very neatly. Okay. You will be having many TOs and all the TOs will be kept in what? one package. We organize like this. Understood? All the TOs means there will be many files now, many classes. You have to organize it properly. All the utility classes in one package, all the TOs in one package. Otherwise, everything you start coding in P1 package, P2 package, what will happen now? All package, what is the style of creating a package? Package P1 means what? This is how create packages. No, what will you tell? Do you know packages? I know package. So in fact, that is not the way you code. You follow some standards now. Understood? So generally the convention is com dot cluster means com means we are writing it. Java means Java is providing. So you follow some methodology. Com dot whichever company you are working, Wipro, Infosys or whatever it is, cluster, then project name will come, then module name will come. Still it becomes bigger. We are hardly going with two package names here. Which one? Com dot cluster or dot TO, but more things will come. Okay. So in fact, packages should tell the history of the class. Means where is the class coming from. If you go on top and see now, see here. It should be very clear. I am using these many classes now. From which package? Who is writing it? Java package means it's from Java people. Com.cluster means my package. Understood? So like this, never do star business. What you do now? First line what you code in this project will be import java.util.star. What nuisance, man. Now you're laughing, I agree. Okay, but this first, if I had shown you this coding in the first, you would have appreciated me. Okay, after teaching you everything, now I'm showing you what are your mistakes. Yeah? So now see, whenever you are coding now, see all this, you should know these are the things which what you are using in the coding now. Like that. So very clearly you'll start understanding now. So fine, next. Select where employee is equal to fine. Next. I need the TO, so I'll create one more package now. New package. Understanding how we use packages now? Dot TO. Done? So like this, your project size becomes bigger. Understood? These are samples. You have a very bad habit of coding. Forget like this coding. Forget coding means all the classes you will code in what? Single file. That is the way you code. You should not do that. Finally, how will you debug? TO also will put in the same file. Util class also will put in the same file. Main method also will be in the same file. Everything you are writing, how big your file will be now? Understood now? So every class should be coded in a separate file. One class, one file. One class, one file. Debugging becomes easier. Errors and all. Understood? So this is how you code. So now this is a TO package. Next I need what? Class. So I'm using user defined data type now. Okay. So and the name of that would be employee. Yes or no? TO is generally, earlier there was a tradition we used to say TO, but now we don't use it. Understood? Just say employee, phone, like that. Okay. Address, no need of TOs. Okay. Today we are going with this standards. This is one more standard now. Sorry, I have written main method. It was enabled. Anyway, we'll delete this. Yes. Now, in your TO, how many values should it store? 4, no? So now how many values will come here will depend on what database table, no? Think. How many values will come here will depend on the DB table. Simply it's not fixed. I'll have 4 values here. Understood? So depending on that we write. So int, yes? But generally what is the factor is we don't want these values to be modified from outside. So we make it as private. I have taught you all the things about what? TO. Private int employee ID. Fine. Next. Private string name. Fine. Like this you can go on writing now. Next one is private string email. Then next phone. Phone is varchar, no? So fine. So this you have got. Now I have to type setter getter methods. If you are coding in Notepad, what will you do? Setter getter, setter getter. Yes? See? So all you will do is what? Source Generate, get result. Which field, for which field you want to select? I'll say select all. Okay, finished, over. See how fast you're coding. You want equals method to override, hash code to override, do it. You know why you override equals method, you know why you override. If you're putting it in set, hash set, that time you'll be overriding what? Hash code and all that. Bring all that into picture now. That also don't code. Generate code. I've shown you all this in collections. Clear? Generate. So powerful support you are getting. Hardly what am I doing? I'm just using the facility provided for coding now. Library, brilliant editors like this. Understood? Features of the language, very powerful. We are just bringing all the things into one place here. Understood? So fine, setter getter is over. So then next, all you have to do is now what? Fill the value. So here only one row is there, but still the cursor is at what? Before first. So I'll write if rs dot next. Fine. Now what you do? Employee, import it. Understood? See, I have imported because it's in a separate package. So like this, see how neatly Eclipse organizes the classes which are imported. All SQL. I am not doing any organization. Eclipse is doing it. See all the classes from SQL package, all the classes from util, your classes. How it organizes them, and brilliant it is. So clear. Understood? So just I'm showing you the power of this editor. Many people tell they know Eclipse. There is so much in Eclipse to learn, so much, and slowly like this you have to learn. Yeah, fine. So now next, if rs dot next employee emp is equal to null. If true, what will I do now? Emp is equal to new employee. Done. Next, emp dot set, yes, employee id. From where will you get? Rs dot get int of done. Next, which column? Sorry, I should have done. Rs dot set name. 1 second. Rs dot get string of name. Be careful with the order. Better get it like this only. In this order only. From the result set. Supposingly first I get ID, then I get phone. Then I try to get. Okay, first okay, see this. I'll show you. I'll first get the output. Name, then what? Email. So set all the values. Later on if you want to get, what will you do? It is set now, it is there in the TO. We have to get it. So that's when how you use the setter getter methods. Setter is used for setting the value, getter is for getting the value. From result set you will transfer it. Okay, after that wherever you need in your project now, you will go on calling getter, but you will not manipulate. And you are not allowed also. Why? Because I am using private there. Simple. emp dot get employee ID. sorry, employee ID. That's all about output now. How you get it? Formatting, that is your fish. So yes, brilliant output we got, all the values. Yes, so I fill the values into T1. Yeah? So this is how you fill it. Now, so I'll show you how to fill all the values now. I want to display now. Requirement is there. Show all the details. In the project, you'll be having one button now. Show all details. For the admin wants to see everything now. He wants to see what? All the employee names, their phone number, their email, everything he wants to see. So obviously you have to do what now? Select start. So let's see how you do it. Are you clear with this output now? Then fine. I'll comment this. What was this about? Retrieve an employee, retrieve an employee detail. In fact, after you start coding in Eclipse, you'll start making so many spelling mistakes. The reason is everywhere we try to do what? Control space, control space. Okay. We'll start off now. Retrieve all employee details. Fine now. So I'll copy these things from here. This is required now. Select. This time I'll say I'll not give the condition. Done. So this time I have to say what? While loop. I have to go with while loop. Yeah, but I need collection support also now. I need both now. List, yes, very interesting now. Java.util, fine. What will be my generics? Getting it now? How you use generics? I'm showing you all practical men now. Fine, now next, while. Yeah, now what you do? Employee EMP is equal to new employee. Fine. Then EMP, sorry. Yeah, EMP dot set. I think I'll copy all this from there itself. Yes or no? Call all the setters now. Done. So once this is done, your TI is ready. That TI put it into what now? List. Is that a list? List employee dot add employee. Oh man, what a massive requirement. See now. Understood. And I show you the output also. Now, yes, for each. Yes, you got the for each loop now. You have to print. So yes, I'll print. For every iteration, get the employee. Print now. Over now. When you visit the first thing, I'll draw it and show you. So I'll draw it. What happens? We'll start getting the values. First iteration for each. From the list, what you'll get? TO. From the TO, I'm getting what? Values now. What you are organizing? Imagine. If you, this is the same thing you study in C. What? Putting values into structures and structures into array list, linked list. Same concept. Done? So let's see the output. Jai Bajrangbali. Yes, sir. Yeah, all records are getting printed. Fine. If you want, again, that is sorting, means formatting, how you want to do. I'll remove this. LN. And I'll put what more do you need, man? What support you got in Java? Formatting little you do. Excellent, no? But doing this in C, structure will come, pointer will come, then what will come? Means the features used in C language, I'm telling. We saw the features used of Java language. Like what? Generics, collections, JDBC, all the support you saw of Java. But the same if you want to do it in C, from C which support you'll need? Structure support, pointer support, then you have to design your data structure, then you have to write the code to connect to database. Just think. Many people will tell what? I know I'm very good in C. Now I'm giving you an assignment, do it. Let me see. I'm not saying C is bad. C is having its own purpose. It is good for embedding and all that. But you can't use C for the development of applications, because in applications you'll have this kind of requirement. Understood? So every language has its own power. So actually, and depending on what you want to code, you pick the language. So for applications development, Java is the best. Unbeatable it is, and it cannot be taken over by some other language. See, now I've shown you all the features of Java. Okay, you have put immense effort and learned. Tomorrow morning, can any new language come and dominate this language? Just think. You'll tell now. I think by next month, a new language is coming. Java will be gone. What gone? Joking. Millions and millions of developers are working on Java. Are they ready to migrate? You yourself are not ready to migrate. Reason is what? Such powerful language it is. It is giving you all the support. Excellent features, excellent support. What better do you need? And on top of that, you got libraries here. Can they give these libraries? Java is more popular because of its libraries. Understood? So now let's see what has happened in this output. In this output, what exactly has happened is the last one, select star, what I did. In select star from EMP. So you will have the result set now. Same way you will have the result set, yes or no? All that records will be there. Ditto to ditto it will be. You will be having employee ID, name, email, phone, all that is okay. This is result set. From there, what are you doing? Transferring it into TO. So you'll be having one TO now. In this TO, what will be there? I think I've drawn this diagram in collections. Revise. Now you'll get the idea how we are using collections. In this you'll be having ID, name. This is your TO. Then what? Email, phone. So values will be filled. First iteration 101, Rajesh, then email ID Raj or whatever it is, phone number is 1111. That will be added into the, see, the list will keep growing. Brilliance of array list. First list object is created, list.add. Now the reference of this will be stored here. Fine. Now one more, next iteration. One more TO will get created. ID is what? 102. Then what? This is one TO, no? Then name. Ramesh. Then email. Ram at whatever it is. These are the values. Phone is equal to 222. So these values will be stored in the next. See the growing. How it is growing, see? Brilliant data structure. Next, one more record. Like this you are storing now. How neatly you are organizing, man. How neatly you are organizing. Just see. So now when you are having, how many records actually are there? 6 into 4, 24 records. How neatly you are organizing. Which value you want, in a fraction of a second you can draw it. You want the record of Vinay? Yes, you can get it. You want the records of anything, because all have been stored what? Like this. Neatly you are organizing. Next one is Ravi. Like that, one by one you start storing now. Email. Then Ravi at the rate of. Then his phone. How many times I have told you, handling values is very crucial. Writing logic is secondary. You can write. Once you know how to do this, writing logic is cakewalk now. Do not worry only about writing logic. You will do it. And that will depend on project. So this is how your list starts growing now. I have just written a record of 6. You have 1 lakh records here. What support Java is giving you? See. Same code. You have 100 records here or 200 records. Same code now. It will only grow. That's it. Brilliant it is. Clear the program now? So your program is getting connected to database, retrieving all the values, and we will start doing it like this. Clear? This is the concept. And doing this in Java is simple and easy. Clear? Shall I clear all this now? So finally, columns, collections, rows, TO and this. And row plus column, TO plus collection. This table was not disturbing now when I was coding. Okay, fine. Is it clear now? Fine. But even if it disturbs you, you should have the ability to code now. Yes or no? All this I should teach you. I have given money to sir. Sir should teach me everything. I can teach you all the concepts, sir. But finally you are the coder. Understood? So I teach you concepts. Using these concepts you should develop now. Clear? Fine. Now let's see from the practical point of view how all these things are used in projects. Means why you do fill it into TO, why you fill it into collections and all that practically. For understanding this, what you have to understand is you have to understand the architecture of projects. See, you'll be having one UI like this. So there one screen will be there. Enter ID. You'll ask the user to enter one ID. As soon as he enters the ID, you have to display all his details now. This is the user interface. Only this is missing now, that's it. So the request will come to your application. This will be application now. Okay. Well, let's see how big it is. You'll be having the tables in the database. This is where you'll have the table. All the records will be there. Done? So see, when you're developing projects, it's a common thing now. See, a project is nothing but what? It's a product. Project is nothing but one product. We are engineers, yes or no? Yes. So whenever an engineer is going to develop a product, every product in the world should have an architecture, yes or no? It should have architectures. So in software development, the extensively used architecture is called as MVC. Right now I will be not teaching MVC. We'll be covering MVC in Servlet and JSPs. That's the next topic. M stands for model. This one, say, V stands for view. C stands for controller. Now, if you are thinking, what is architecture? Simple, I tell. You know civil. We are engineers. Okay, civil is on branch of engineering. In civil also you got an architecture. How do you construct a building? Foundation, pillars. These are the two architectures used. Can you construct a building without any of these two architecture? Without the foundation or without the pillar, if you construct, what will happen? Today you are constructing, tomorrow building will not be there. That's all. Then you know you have got, see that is civil engineering, but that's a product, building is one product. Then next you have mechanical. In mechanical what happens, we have something called as struts, columns, same thing, but they call it as struts and columns. In automobile branch of engineering, we call it as chassis. That is their architecture. So without a chassis, if you design your automobile, what happens? Bike or car, whatever you take, you need a chassis. That is the backbone. Okay, anyway, they are physical things. Here it is virtual. So I'll be explaining this architecture later. So every branch of engineering needs an architecture to code a project. That you, or product. We say project, but finally it's for an engineer it's a product. Understood? We use MVC. So here we say M stands for model, V stands for view, C stands for control. Very important. So any project you take in software, irrespective of language, you develop it in VB language or C++ language or Java language, that is irrespective. Architecture is has got nothing to do with language. See, chassis is required whether you build a bike product or car product. Understood? Now whether I'm constructing a shop or a building, home, or whether I use bricks or cement blocks, architecture is same now, either foundation or pillar. Same way here, means I can use anything to construct cement or cement block or bricks, anything to construct, but architecture remains same. Understood? We can't change the architecture. Here also you can use any language to develop. Understood? MVC becomes mandatory. Because when I'm teaching MVC now, they'll tell Java is difficult. Now what has Java got to do with MVC? That is the problem here. If you don't understand anything, you start blaming the language. Stupidity it is. Understood? So this is completely different concept now again. MVC is a totally different concept, and you go developing any kind of an application, this is required. Understood? So in this what happens, means the idea here is we split the code. We don't write all the code in one place. That's all. Means the business related logic, application logic, not domain logic, we write it in model. This is, M will contain what? Model will contain what? Application logic or business logic. This is how you split now. View will contain what? Presentation logic we say. Controller, yes, it will contain something called as controller logic. That we'll understand later. Like this, all the code will not write it in one place. We'll split. Understood? So that's what I'm trying to show you now. What is MVC? Understood? So how does Java give support to this now? That's the next question. First concept. Anyway, full in-depth of this concept we'll be covering when we develop a small mini project in Solid and JSP. We'll be doing it. There you'll understand clearly. Like how I did a small project in JDBC collections using everything, there I'll do it. So once you do it, okay, so that is what is MVC now. See here, you will have controller. In this place, there are nothing but Java classes. Okay, simple one class there will be. Here you'll have presentation. For presentation we use one technology called as JSP, library, that's all now. Understood? For every problem what is happening now? Java is giving excellent solutions. For controller, sometimes you use what? Servlet. Yes, now all your topics will come. JSF, struts. You tell now I want to learn this, I want to learn that. Now see why you are learning. Libraries. So they'll be in one layer. Understood? So this is controller layer, this is presentation layer. Then you'll be having something called as model. In model, again we'll have something called as layering. So this will be service, and this will be called as DAO layer. DAO. DAO full form is data access object. All this we'll study clearly later in the projects. I'm moving to industry level now. Understood? I'm giving you a thorough explanation on how JDBC and all that is used in what? Coding projects. You know JDBC now, I'm just showing you how you use it. It is in this layer, last layer, what you'll be using? JDBC. And this is the layer which interacts with the database. Understood? This is the layer which will be interacting with the database. So any persistent technology you know now. You know there are many persistent technologies now which are used to do what? CRUD operations with database. JDBC, or whether you use Hibernate, or whether you use iBatis, all of that will be used here only. Understood? Whatever you use, JDO, JPA, anything. Yeah, so this is how we code the project. Now, supposingly I use JDBC. That's what we know now. So now JDBC code should be only here now. You should not write JDBC code here, here, here. You should not write throughout the project. You should not scatter. Means one API should be used in only one layer. Understood? And here, so now you have got the result set. Okay, and all the values are there in result set. But how will you get that value in this layer now? So that is when we start using collections, TO and all that. So from here, result set is here, only used here now. You should not use result set here, or you should not use class.forName here, connection con here, nothing should be used. Okay, I'll show you some minimum coding, little coding I'll show you, you'll get the idea. But all this you'll understand when we do a project on Servlet JSPs. Yeah, I'm just giving you an idea about what is, this is introduction. Understood? This is an introduction to what an application is. Till now you have only seen what is an application, means you are logged on to Yahoo, Rediff and all that. That is one way you have seen the project. Other way your coded project is pen drive. Most of you are coming from college. How will you code project? Bring pen drive, pay 5,000, it will run in your laptop, you will complete your exam. That's how you code projects. Yes or no? So with that mentality, this subject is big for you as a fresher. Understood? But gradually when you enter industries, you will start understanding this. So I am telling you what is the difference between your thinking and what is actually happening in the industry. There is a huge gap between what you know and what is required in the industry. Understood? So anyway, this is the process. So you'll understand all this slowly. So now see, these are the different technology used. Here in service layer, sometimes we use, this is model now. This is controller. This is presentation. This is M. This is V. And this is C. MVC it comes. Model, view, controller. In model again there will be two layers, more you will be seeing. And in service layer we use more technologies like web service or EJB. These are all technologies you want to learn now. So for one layer there is some problem. Like I want to do persistent operation here in this layer. So instead of we writing all the code, we'll use the library. That's it. Here also some problems will come, programming problems. When I explain you'll understand. That time you have got ready-made solution. So this is how you have to learn. Understood? So fine. Struts 1, 2, anything you can take. So until unless you are clear with this, there is no point in learning what? I know Servlet, I know JSP, no use. Understood? Huh? Okay. So fine. Because see, yeah, this is done now. Yeah. So that is the reason. See, request will come now to the application. From there it will come here. Means these are all classes. I'll show you with code little. Values will be retrieved from database, and from there it has to move to what? This place. Then it will come to view, and from view it will be displaying now. How it will be displayed? ID, name, email, phone. That is your wish how you display it. 102 or supposingly enter 102 now. All his details will be displayed. Ramesh, Ram @ cluster or whatever. Phone number is 222. Like this it will display. This is the idea. It has to move everywhere. Now can I use result set code in presentation layer? Because see, presentation is done by designers. Think now. Practically think. And designers are good in HTML and all that. They do not know what is result set and all that. They are not ready to learn Java. Understood? So that's why we put the value into simple TO, where anybody can call what? Getter method. Getter. That's it. Just start doing it. Yeah, we'll see it how it will be happening. So that's anyway. This is a big subject now, very big subject. DAO means it's on design pattern actually. We'll talk about design patterns more later. And full form of that is data access object. Means the duty of this code. What code you'll write here is fetch the values from database, give it to the business layer. Fetch the values from the database, give it to business layer. So it is here you'll be writing what? Business logic. So here you'll be having what? Persistence logic in this layer, and here you'll be writing what? Business logic. Just a sample I'm giving you about all this. You're going to see more things. Yeah? Here you'll be writing what? Controller logic. Here you'll be writing presentation logic. So in model it has been divided into two. MVC only, but in model we are having we split again, service and DAO, or business logic and persistence logic. So the duty of the DAO is very simple. Retrieve values, give it to service. Retrieve values, give it to service. Or take from service, dump it into database. Take from service, dump it into database. That's all it will do. Data access object. Means it will be containing queries. Select star from, fill the values into TO. It will give the TO to service. Or supposingly one big screen is there where the user is giving all the values. ID, name, he is becoming a new user. Values will come into a service. What will the service do? Put all the values into TO and give it to what? DAO. DAO will put all the values into database. Like that. It will insert or update or do. These are the operations. Done? Okay. Little I show you about coding here. Okay. So, but depth will be seeing it later. Just I'll give you a skeleton of how the code is going to be now. Okay. Shall I clear all this now? Okay, see this. This will be your database. Generally we say EIS layer. This is also on layer only. Database is on layer. And this is called as enterprise information system. Done? EIS layer we say, or database. But instead of saying database, we say EIS because it contains all the information related to your organization or enterprise. So fine. Let's see on DAO now. This is your class, nothing but on class. Nothing but on class. I was writing layers, no? So it's on class. I'll show you how to write the code now. Class, employee, like this, good names you'll give, DAO. If you are working with department DAO, like that. Slowly you'll understand that. Understood? Employee DAO. Save is the method name. Employee EMP. Return type is int. Means I want to send values from service layer to DAO layer. Can I send one by one? Na? I want to save ID, name, email and phone now. So service is going to, this is employee service now. You got all these values from the UI. Think practically. So there is one method called as save employee. So it has got all the values from the UI. Somehow it has got from the controller it will come to service. Now I am having ID, name, 4 values. Sometimes you'll have 10, 15, 20 values. Now how will you send so many values from this layer to this layer? My parameters, I have to send it by arguments and parameters only. Now imagine if I am having 20, 30 values, ID, name, 2 phone numbers, 3 email ID. All those values I have to send now. Can I send it I have to send it as arguments only, there is no other option. But how big my parameter will be? And tomorrow suddenly in the UI you will remove one phone or you will add an extra phone. Now again your arguments and parameters will vary, no? That is very dangerous. So that's why we use what? TOs. We are seeing the practical usage now, understood? So from service to DAO also we will be sending by a TO and all that. From there to here also we will be sending by a TO collections and all. Just give you a sample. Understood? So this one layer now. So once you get the values, from the TO you will get all the values and dump it into database. Getting it now? So this is how you code. Okay, let us draw this later. Then next, this is save. Then next, get by ID or get employee by ID. So there you are entering one ID, that's all. There in the UI, you will enter an ID. It will come to what? Get employee. If you want all the employee detail. You want all the employee detail. So what will this method do now? It will call that method get employee. Means it will create an object. Employee DAO, EDAO is equal to new employee DAO, EDAO dot get employee by ID, something like this, by ID. Some good method names you give, that's it. By ID, and you'll send whatever argument you got now. Int. Dynamically it will come. So it will call. What will this method do now? Connects to database. Here you are writing select. Select star all the values you want. Where employee ID is equal to so and so. You got the result set here. From result set, now can I return result set here? If I return result set, I can do it. Return type of this method becomes what? Result set. I can do return result set. But is it advisable to use JDBC code here? Not advisable. So what we do? In this layer we want to make it more simple. So all your persistence logic will be in only this layer. Understood? So what we do? Instead of returning result set, I will fill it into employee whatever EMP is equal to new employee. EMP dot set, call all the setters, fill it and say return EMP. Return type is what now? Employee. So here if I call this method, what is the return type I am getting? Employee E or employee EMP, whatever. I am calling that method. I will call getter methods here to use it. There you are doing setter, here I am doing what? E dot getter methods. So now it is very easy to retrieve the value here now. I don't have to write while loop, nothing, if block, nothing. Directly I say what? I got the values now, getter. And I'll use those values and write business logic. I'll be writing business logic. That's why transferring values from which one? TO to result set or whatever, vice versa. Result set to 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 database, all this is very crucial. Understood? So then next, one more. Show all employees, all details you want. So you'll write your own method. What will you write? Show all employees or get all employees. Your own method name you give. All details you want now. Understood? So what will I do? Select star. Now I'll use row plus column now. TO plus collection. So I'll use EMP plus collection. Any collection you want to use. Array list, linked list. Return type is what now? List or set. Fine. So now what will I do? If I call the method employee DAO, EDAO is equal to new employee DAO list L is equal to, or whatever, give some good names, EDAO dot get all employees. So directly I got what here? List. You know how to work with the list. So here you are not worried about persistence logic. Blindly work what? Is it advisable to return result set to this layer? Not correct. So that is why transferring values is very important. Clear? From this one to this one, which I have shown you practically. Only that code what I wrote now, I have coded now, that you will write it here like this, separately. Understood? So you will get what? Directly list. What brilliant. So from this layer again you will send it to what? Presentation layer. Return. The return type of this method will be what? List employee, like that. Int, same return type it will be almost all. Because from here you have to again give it to presentation. And finally presentation will be doing the display. So you will be having UI now. So when the UI makes the request, this code will execute now internally. These are all layers. So from service it will go to, means one more layer will come later, we'll say controller to service to this one, and finally you have to display all these values now. In JSP, rather, you'll be displaying all these values. This will be actually a JSP. And I'll be covering all that. We are yet to proceed now because we want to develop what? Applications. We have set the platform now for developing what? Application. Only a few things are pending now. Perfectly. So that is why I told you which one? Learn, practice how to transfer values like this. Done? So see here you are writing so many lines of code now. So again developer will think, why should I write so many lines of code? Hibernate. We'll call one method, all this will execute internally. That's all. Hibernate is on replacement. Otherwise you can use JPA. Like that, how good you know old technologies, new technologies will become easy for you. That's all. Same concept. Concept will be ditto to ditto. Only a new library will come now. Understood? That's the story. Almost all I have completed what? 50% of Hibernate introduction. Only I have to show you the API and coding. How it will happen. That's it. Done? Clear this? You got the idea? So practice those example what I showed you. It looks simple in main method now. Okay. We cannot write on big project in main method. Just understand. So obviously your project will be very big and you'll start splitting the code like this. And this is how it will be coded later. Done? Just today inspiration for you. How coding is done, what happens in company. Just an eye opener. Because you are thinking somewhat. Fact is there is something else. So more guidance is required here. I know you are very intelligent, you can code. All this is fraction of second you can code. What is there in this? You know core Java, you know database, you know Servlet, you know JSP, everything you know. Only for brush up you come. I know that. Yes or no? Little brush up you want. So I have given brush up. Yes or no? Clear? So subject becomes very interesting now. Because we are going to code project. I have completed everything from that side. Only these two layers I have to remain now. EAS layer is fully over for you. Actually fact is I am teaching you layer by layer. That you didn't know still. I have completed fully database layer. I completed fully DAO layer. But still I have to show you with one what? Hibernate technology. Then I will be covering service. Then I will be covering controller like that. So next we will be going to controller layer only. Then I will be going to view layer. After these two layers are over, which one? View layer and controller layer. Then we will think about writing business logic. If you don't know all this, how will you write the logic? First you should be aware of this. Writing business logic is very simple. Clear? Okay then. So that's it.